For the longest time, people have always asked me why I use the rangefinder bow sight the way that I use it instead of the way that it's technically meant to be used. And today, I'm gonna tell you why that is. So to answer your question, the reason that I use this sight the way that I use it is because I try and replicate the exact same way that I hunt in real life. And the way that I hunt in real life is I have pins. It's very similar to this, okay? So the only difference is that there's only one dot. But the way that I use it is I use the circle. I don't use just the tip. I don't use the bottom of it. I keep losing breath. But anyways, I use the pin and I put it right on where I want to shoot. I don't hit the rangefinder and all that stuff because I don't have a rangefinder sight. I know you can actually get one, but I don't have one. Okay, so if you look at the bottom right corner here, you can see that it says 44 yards. Now, if I go like this, it's going to go to 22 yards. And if I go like this, it's going to go to 66 yards. Technically, this dot in the center should be at whatever range I set it at. So right now, it should be set at 20 yards. So if I took a shot right there, it's actually going to shoot high. Same thing here. If I put it to 40 yards right there, it's going to shoot high again. And then same thing for 60. However, did my guy just lose breath? Technically, the red dot should be zeroed in for exactly 44 yards. And then if I go like this, it should zero in for 22 yards. But it's actually not accurate. Same thing if I do this for 66. For instance, this is 55 yards right here. So technically, if we zeroed in for 60, it should shoot a little bit high. But not that high. It should almost shoot perfect. But watch what happens. Way high. You're talking like sky high. So basically, what we could be doing is zero in for 40. And hold a little bit high. Okay, right there. But you know what? Let's actually do something once. I said that was 55 yards. Why don't we back up a little bit? Okay, so we're looking at 65 yards right here. That's pretty much exactly 66. Now I can guarantee you we're probably going to shoot high again. Do you see that? Right there is where we hit at 66 yards. We're aiming for here. So we're actually hitting about 4 inches too high, which is not really acceptable. So if we go back here, I want to reset this quick. But if we go back here and we're looking at 55 yards. Now, it doesn't even matter if we zero in for 20 yards. What matters is when we get a range from zeroing in on the target here, 56 yards. Now that green dot is going to be exactly dead on. That's what the difference is. So I don't know. The thing is, I don't really hunt like that. Like, I don't hunt with the range finding bow sight. So I try and use it the way that I actually hunt with. Which, I don't even have a sight that has a dot like that. My sight has pins, but still, it's very similar. So basically, if you don't zero in, you should be able to use that same dot from 20 all the way out to like 60 yards. And that's why I've been shooting high, because I've been trying to use it the way that I hunt with in real life. But unfortunately, I realized that that's costing us quite a few really cool animals, and we cannot let that happen anymore. An inch or two high is fine, but 2 to 3 inches high, sometimes 4, that's just not cutting it. So now that we know all that, I kind of want to take the bow out for real this time and take it out to try and find a big whitetail. Well, we just found a big whitetail, and he's actually bedded right behind that brush right there. What I want to try and do is get to about 100 yards. We're going to have a perfect wind. You can see the wind's actually blowing kind of back and to the right. But we're going to come in from this side over here, and we're going to sneak up to kind of this little point right here. We should be somewhere about like 100, maybe 110 yards. And we're going to try and take a shot on this giant whitetail buck. There's actually quite a few bucks back there, but oh my god. Holy, that's an incredible looking diamond potential whitetail buck right there. Oh my god. Funny thing is, that's not even the one I was talking about. Happens every single time. I see a big buck and I think, okay, that's the buck that we want. There was a buck that went from 220 to 260, but he was a level 2. There are a ton of bucks back here though. Like literally this entire herd is all bucks. There's 2 does. And I think like 7 or 8 bucks. Man, that is some good management right there. But the thing is, they're in some really thick stuff here. They're super smart. They know exactly where to stay and where they're not going to be seen. And that's kind of the key as to why they keep getting so big. All right, so we got to about 180 out, and I'm pretty sure our giant diamond potential whitetail is right there, right behind that doe. So we're gonna spot that doe just so we know roughly where that huge buck's gonna be. We're gonna try and swing around here and see if we can't get visual on that giant buck. Now, if you notice the bottom right corner here, you can see the wind is blowing directly in our face. That means we're gonna have to hold a little bit higher than normal. Well, we got to about 100 yards out here, but our buck is tucked in that brush. So what we're gonna have to do is try and call him out to the opening here. Well, it seems like it worked because we got movement. There's a doe there, a doe there, doe there. And I think that's going to be our big buck. Oh my god. Holy, that's our... Wow. I don't even have to think. Wait a second. Okay, that's the buck I saw before. Literally, that's the buck that it came over here for. And then that is the buck that we're looking at. Wow. That's probably like a 265 or something like that. 260 plus diamond whitetail. Well, he's about 110 yards out, which is kind of perfect. All we gotta do now is get him to stop, and we could probably take that shot. It's not really an ideal angle, but we could work with it. Ooh, even better, even better. Ooh, look at that. He stopped perfectly broadside at about 95 yards out. Okay, we're zeroed in for 95. We dropped him. We dropped him. Oh man. I held a little bit high, but I feel like we needed to. I mean, I know we needed to hold a little bit high, but I don't really know how high to hold. Yeah, we had him a little far back, but I think that should have caught liver. I think it should have caught liver. I want to try and take that shot again and find out like basically what happened here. Okay, so that's pretty much what I tried to do, but I was a little bit higher. Perfect shot. About like 110 yards out. We might as well try for this buck as well. Is he gonna stick around? I don't think so. Holy, look at the bucks here though. Oh my god. I've never seen this many big bucks in one area like this. That's the buck that we want right there. About 110 out there. We gotta go over the top of that. Or just smoke the doe right in front of him. We've been pretty much like 100% so far though, guys. I am not gonna complain about that. Holy, we just smoked that doe that was blocking our big buck. There's our buck right there. Okay, let's try that again. 117. I think we hit right behind him. He started walking. Alright, let's catch our breath here. He's the one in the back. Alright, here we go. Got him. Should have been a perfect shot. Well, I might as well take this buck down as well. Because it's another really good buck. He's about 111 out. Perfectly broadside. In a little bit of brush, but not much. Smoked him. Still running, and I think he just piled up right there. Well, that is kind of the key to being successful in Call of the Wild bow hunting. As you can see here, we are literally just stacking up on these bucks. I mean, we are just sniping them. About 100 yards out, they have no clue what's going on. And we are just taking out every single big buck in this area. Which is kind of incredible. Ooh, that's the problem with the bow too. They start stepping and you don't get your shot off. But if you compensate for the step, they have no chance. Alright guys, let's go over there and go see how we did. I mean, I know how we did. We took down, I think, like 5 bucks. And we saw half of them drop, so we did pretty good. I'll probably turn the tracks on a little bit, but for now, I'm going to start picking up the bucks that we can actually see right in front of us here. I believe we shot all bucks. No, we did get 1 doe. Okay, guys. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same spot that we hit our big buck. We got liver. 99 yards. Here's the... What was that? Here's something. Anyways, here's this buck. Perfect double lung shot at 110. 177. That was the last buck that we just got. Then, oh, there's a doe right there. Don't float over, no! You gotta be kidding me. No! Oh no! Oh no, come on! Get out of the water, get out of the water! Run, 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 run! Oh no! Oh, what the heck? The entire time, that buck was just sitting there. And then we come over here, and he decides to float all the way back over there. Okay, okay. Let's get over there. Keep our eyes on that buck. Do not lose sight of that buck. Now that I look at it, the arrow placement on that big buck there is actually pretty low. So if anything, it should be liver and intestine. Alright, don't lose sight of that buck, whatever you do. Okay, it looks like he touched shore. And now he's working his way this way. Just did like a little somersault roll there. And here he is. Yes! 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 That is what I'm talking about. A 95-yard, 268 diamond whitetail buck. A perfect double lung stomach liver shot with the bow. And talk about an incredible rack. That's probably my all-time favorite rack on a diamond whitetail there. Look at the mass on that thing. What a perfect shot. A 100-yard diamond whitetail with the bow. I mean, I hit him a touch bit back, but honestly, that's a pretty awesome shot. 100-yard diamond whitetail buck, 268. Wow. Wow. Doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't. Not only that, we still have like 4 more deer to go pick up. All right, let's pick up the rest of these bucks here first, and then we're gonna go back to the lodge and take a look at our incredible diamond whitetail. But we got a lot to track down. I think this is a doe? Is this the doe that we shot? Yeah, that's the doe we shot. Gotta see, that is what we didn't want to do. I mean, if we took that shot on that diamond whitetail, that would have been way too risky, because I knew I wanted to hold high, but we had a little bit of leeway to hold a little further back. But got a vertebrae double lung shot still. 111 yards out on that doe, and then no organs hit. I think that might be the other big buck. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we messed up the other big buck, which honestly, that's fine with me. Messed up one shot. This shot here was another pretty good shot as well, and this shot right here is actually the second biggest buck, I think. Or no, well, it would be the third biggest buck compared to the diamond, but I don't think he's the max weight buck. But yeah, we hit him a little far back, but I think he actually was walking. So 112 yards out. Yeah, we hit him a little far back, just a little bit. He was also quartering, you know, kind of at us like that. So it's a pretty risky shot, especially you're talking 100 plus yards. That was a 112 yard shot, 196. It probably would have been a gold, but still not a bad shot and a pretty decent buck. And I think our max weight buck actually ran off this way as well, but I don't think we quite made a good shot on that buck. All right, so here's the max weight track, which will be the second biggest buck. Which way is he going? Going that way. I feel like we might need our dog. We don't need a dog. We found him. Ran right into him, as a matter of fact. Here he lays. The question is, where do we hit? I'm gonna say probably high and shoulder blade. Just barely too high. But I mean, that's not really a bad shot. 112 yards, and we hit like an inch or two too high. If we would have been right there, it would have been a perfect double lung spine shot. But luckily, that wasn't the biggest buck. This here is the reason why we came to this spot, because I wanted to find this buck here. I mean, he's an awesome buck, but had we not seen this buck, we never would have found that giant diamond. That's how these things work. Okay, so I'm going to show you where we got that giant diamond whitetail from, and then we're going to head to the trophy lodge. We're at Belmont Lake, but the key is not that we're at Belmont Lake, it's where this buck was. I have a tent set up right here, and the only way that I can see these bucks is actually if I come out to this tripod here and look around this point. And honestly, if I don't look at the right time, the big bucks could actually walk through the brush and I'll never even see them. Like that point right there. That buck came through that brush and I never saw him until we went over to this side. We snuck around all the way along the coast here and got to right about here, took him at 100 yards out and smoked him right there. All right, welcome back to our trophy lodge. Now we got to find a spot to put that awesome diamond whitetail. Well, here he is, 268.89, and he has just such an awesome rack on him. Such an awesome rack on that thing. Wow. Think I like them just like that right there. Yeah, we're gonna keep them just like that. We took down this giant diamond whitetail at 100 yards with the bow. That's the only diamond that I've ever taken at over 100 yards with the bow since I've been playing Call of the Wild. So that's a pretty special buck right there. Anyways, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.